It's Kambada, the shaman, the god, the crack baby. And right now you're tuned in to Kofi's Universe, the #1 and most truest source for hip-hop news, reaction videos, sports, black culture, and much, much more. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Bada.
Clipse and Kendrick together, that speaks lyricism. Like, in any time, I don't think people want anything other than that. You know, it was a situation where the traffic of people just coming in and out of the studio, and it happened to be a person from Kendrick's camp who was like in the studio, and we let his folks hear the album, and he called him and was like, listen, you need to get on this. And mind you, at this particular time, he was just super busy. And man, sent them songs over. He just called back laughing, like, oh man.
Oh, really?
He was like, okay, I gotta do it. Don't worry about it. He was like, yo, I wanna do 2. And the idea of right place, right time makes everything happen, and having the actual product. And it's music, so you can get caught up in the moment. Like, you can catch people up in the moment with something polarizing. And I feel like that was one of those moments for us.
YouTube, salute. So Pusha T and Malice here promoting their album, y'all. Let God sort them out. It's coming out July 11th. If you've been living under a rock, it's coming out next Friday. And it will be Album of the Year nominee candidate. I know it's going to be because of the features and the production by Pharrell, but let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video. Hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. So the Clipse sat down with Spotify, and they did an interview with NFR Podcast, and Pusha T revealed that Kendrick was supposed to be on 2 tracks. So, like he said, somebody from Kendrick's camp came through the studio. They heard the album. They allowed Kendrick to listen to the tracks, but Kendrick was busy at that time. He probably was recording G and X. He probably was working on G and X, and he was probably maybe even working on some other stuff. Who knows? But because the album was actually finished around the end of 2024. It was finished already, because I remember in the fall of 2024, Pusha T said the album is done. We just waiting on one feature. And I know they was talking about Kendrick. So remember, Pusha T and Kendrick has worked together. They did Nostalgia in 2013. You know, and that was dope as hell. And Kendrick was supposed to be on It's Almost Dry in 2022. And remember, Kendrick dropped Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers in May 2022. Pusha T dropped It's Almost Dry April 2022. So, but Pusha T said they couldn't find a track that was going to actually, you know, how they was going to come up with like a concept. It was more of the concept. That's all it was. And Kendrick was working on a project. He worked on his project, so he didn't even trip. He said, okay, no problem. This time, he probably felt like, okay, you know what? Let's run it back. Let's see, can you get on this time? And Kendrick probably heard, when he heard the album, he probably said, oh, hell yeah. I need to get on this. Let me get on 2 tracks. But he got on Chains and Whips, and I know that's a banger right there. If you ever heard the leaked verse, check it out. But I don't want nobody trying to say, oh, why he need to be on 2 tracks. So the Clipse can't be by themselves. They can't manage by themselves, bro. It's nothing wrong being on 2 tracks on somebody's album. Pusha T was on Kanye West's album twice. We've seen this all the time in hip hop. Okay? This has been going on like this for a long time. Ice Cube been on Mac 10's album twice. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg was on Dre's album multiple times. Come on. The Dog Pound was on Snoop Dogg's album multiple times. Nas appeared on Do or Die twice. He was on Give Me Yours singing the chorus. And he was on More Money, More Murder. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that shit. Havoc was on It Was Written. He did the chorus, you know what I'm saying, for one of the tracks. And he was on Live Nigga Rap. And that's actually a Mobb Deep song, which means Nas brought that track for them because that was going to be on Hell on Earth. A lot of people don't know that. But Havoc and Prodigy sold the track to Nas because they recorded that track for Hell on Earth. And that's why they did Give It Up Fast. If you notice the sound of Give It Up Fast, think about it. Replace Live Nigga Rap on Hell on Earth. That's like a 5 mic album. Give It Up Fast is dope because it's Nas and Big Noid on there. Don't get me wrong, but Live Nigga Rap is way better. If you've been seeing people on multiple tracks on somebody's album, Jay-Z, he did it with Memphis Bleak. He did it with Beanie Siegel. DMX, he had Sheik Luch on 2 tracks. You see what I'm saying? He had him on Get At Me Dog and Niggas Done Started Something. Styles and Jadakiss, they were on Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood twice. DMX was on Drag On album twice. So I don't want to hear, oh man, no, this has been going on. 50 Cent was on Game album a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent was on Young Buck, Lloyd Banks album a couple of times. So dismiss me of, oh yeah, they just trying to milk the situation. No, they not. They doing whatever they can to get their album sold. And if you hot, you hot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Mobb Deep, they had Raekwon on twice on the Infamous. And think about it. Murder Music, right? Nas is on Give It Up, right? Y'all need to give it up. We don't give up. He's on that track. You know, Nas was supposed to be on USA. Then. He was supposed to be on that last verse. But his verse got taken off because it was some problems with Columbia. Not because of the track. Remember, Nas was trying to fix his situation with the double album I Am. And so they had an issue with that situation. But Nas was going to be on Murder Music twice. So this is nothing new. This is nothing like, oh, why the hell are you doing this? Ain't nothing wrong with that if you're going to be on somebody's album twice. Ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. So I don't want to hear that because I've been seeing it in history. That's why I had to give you a chronological breakdown of what's been going on. People have been on people's albums twice or 3 times. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're supporting the person you care for, you got love for. And if you hot, you hot. That's how I look at it. If you hot, you hot. Jump on it. Jump on the remix if you can. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, what's the problem? You know, I have nothing against somebody getting on somebody's album twice. If it's gonna make money and if it's gonna sell well, do it. So I want to actually, put to bed this narrative of when an artist has another artist feature on their album twice. Oh yeah, because they can't hold their own. It got nothing to do with that. Sometimes you're just making great music and you like, you know what? Keep going, keep going. You never know. Sometimes people end up putting out an EP together because they putting out so much music, which is a great thing. Do I think the Clipse and Kendrick will put out an EP? I don't know about all that because Kendrick has his own projects and he got some other stuff he has up his sleeves. And we know the Clipse got some stuff up their sleeves as far as maybe Pusha T working on he's still working on that little mixtape with DJ Drama. I don't know if that's still coming out or not, but let me know what y'all think. How do y'all feel about Kendrick wanting to be on 2 tracks on the Clipse upcoming new album? Post your comments below. Poke smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support, donate to the channel. I have Patreon. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.